Hey guys, tonight I'm doing my devotional on the scripture Psalm 100, and let me read you the scripture and then I'll go into maybe breaking it down a little bit for you. Psalms 100. Make a joyful noise unto the Lord, all ye lands. Serve the Lord with gladness. Come before his presence with singing. Know ye that the Lord he is God. It is he that hath made us, and not we ourselves. We are his people, and the sheep of his pasture. Enter his gates with thanksgiving, and into his courts with praise. This is the part I want you to remember. Be thankful unto him, and bless his name. For the Lord is good, his mercy is everlasting, and his truth endureth to all generations. Now let me read that one again. Enter into his gates with thanksgiving, and into his courts with praise. Now, if you think back about the temple in Jerusalem, that scripture actually it talks about the temple. And let me show you this. I don't know if you can see that pretty good. It's kind of a picture of a temple that when you Google the temple, this is what comes up. And see here, there's where you enter the gate. And then you're here in the inner part, and then this, I believe, is where the priests went through, and this is where the Ark of the Covenant, which represented God's presence, was in this part. Okay, now on this one, it's just a black and white layout, but you've got the gate, and then you've got the inner court, and then it shows you here the Holy of Holies, the Ark. But what is so cool about this scripture is the fact that when you go into the presence of God, when you enter into his presence, it's giving you kind of a layout. It says, enter his gates with thanksgiving in your heart. Okay, if you're entering the gates of the temple with thanksgiving in your heart, now imagine the picture, and into his courts with praise. So then you get into that praise, into the court, and then there is the Holy of Holies. And back in the day, they had to do all kinds of sacrifices and all kinds of steps to get into the Holy and Holies. But when Jesus came and he died on that cross, that veil was ripped so that we could have access to God and Jesus. And what tickles me is, if I'm sitting right here and I want to get into the presence of God, I'm going to enter his gates with thanksgiving. And then after I've thanked him a little while, I'm going to move on into the courts of praise. And I'm going to spend a little time in the courts of praise. And then I'm going to move into the Holy of Holies, into God's presence. And all kinds of scripture like this will give us little details that if we really research it and we really dig out those nuggets, then you see how God is leading and guiding us through his word. I just love this. I had to share it. I hope it makes sense, comparing coming into his presence as like back in the temple. It's exciting to me. I hope to find more scriptures and and break them down for you like that, because to me that's getting the nuggets out of His Word. You guys have a great evening, and I'll see you next time. Bye.